Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Humanity, I'll say once again that Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I did repeat my salutation to every one of you out there as an open salutation to peace and harmony. But what I'm going to discuss, or what we are going to discuss, in some quarters, in some people's mind, it may sound as if it's an insult, because that's the way most people view when I talk about things like that, or when discuss this healthy matters. Some people, they say, I am attacking them. I'm attacking their way of life. My people, human beings, I would beg every one of you, if you are a living human being, from the age of 5, if you ever come across this video and say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, either to your mother, whoever one of them who is available, say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to them. If indeed you have a mother, you can say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh as many times as you want. If you have a father, the same applies to your father. But always be grateful to both of your parents, for they are wise. They are wise. They were wise, or they are wise. Why do I say that? Indeed, your father is a wise man, and your mother too. In modern time is 2025, in the month of January. I think the date is something like either 20 something. Men do not think of themselves as valuable as living human beings don't think of themselves as valuable as that their life is important to them, because of the 11 centuries that we have looked at as a model to be laying foundation for future generations, for men and women who are under the age from 5 up to 20 onwards. From 5 years of age, we've said, start planting trees. Fall in love with Mother Nature. And the subject, because in Mother Nature, if you plant trees as human beings, as a 5-year little boy, you may get a penny or whatever from there, from the trees you've planted, either by selling the leaves or whatever, the fruit, in order to get either your school fees, whatever, and to get fruits to eat or food to eat. Those are all benefits that comes from you to plant trees. Otherwise, on the other way around, the subject we are going to look at, how do you feel about yourselves? Are you a boy, a 5-year little boy, a 6-year little boy, a 10-year little boy, a 15-year teenager, a 18-year teenager? Are you a 6-year-old girl, 6, 7, 8 years old girl? How do you feel about yourself? Are you content? Do you have a mother? Do you say Assalamu alaikum to her every morning, or do you say morning? Sometimes morning means, Mama, are you whinging? Are you whinging? Whinging is someone who mourns all the time. Oh, this is whatever, very that. Yes, it's me. I'm always whinging when I look at things that are very, very dirty. Either under your skin. If you have to do them when you reach a certain age and say, oh, I want to choose my gender. I'm a man, I'm a boy now, but in 3-4 years time when I'm 18 or whatever, I want to be a woman. That is disease. I'll explain. Don't shout. Don't shout. I'll explain why. Did you ever realize that when you are growing up, you have your own personal odor? They call it odor. A perfume. Your body produces a certain perfume, a smell. Do you realize that the smell of a woman is very different from the odor of a man? Have you ever realized that? And you know that there are chemicals within the bodies of a man that are not found in the body of a woman? That alone, in the language of the human body, the biological human illustrations, it sends a warning that this odor that you feel about yourself, when you put your nose under your armpit, it smells different. Can you imagine if you were to say, I'm 18 now, I'm being a boy, I have something like a penis which says I'm a man, but all along I've been feeling like a woman. Do you ever realize that when you put your nose under your armpit, it smells, what it smells is your odor as a man. So when you chop your dick off and they put something there, either from someone slaughtered somewhere, and they bring the private person, they say, we want to put this in you, and we put Botox or whatever it can that you feel like a woman, because you say you want to be a woman. Do you know what odor you will smell? Huh? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought how you would smell? Would you be able to put your nose under your armpit? You imagine the odor of a man, the smell of the odor of your uncle as a man, and the odor of a woman who's somewhere, and the chemicals in your blood and your body, and on top of the semen of men who say they put their whatever inside what they've put on you as a woman. I think when I think of that, it is sick. It is sick. It is sick, huh? My people, do appreciate and respect and thank your mother for having brought you as onto this planet with the red signature. When Allah said you are a man, you have a penis on you. If your mother wasn't an alcoholic, you wouldn't have felt as if you were a man on the other hand and you were a woman on the other hand. Because during the time when your mother was on the binge of alcohol, her red and white blood cell went into a state where they were either disabled or killed. So is her ovaries were kind of there's a natural lining of the ovaries. Once a woman puts alcohol in their body, that natural lining of the ovaries is removed. What is replaced is by a toxin layer lining of the ovaries. So you might have sat on an ovary which is full of toxins, gunk of alcohol. That causes the genetic kind of mutilation or into your whatever genetics, not able to illustrate themselves whether you are a man or a woman. So that way, if at all you are not sure whether you are a man, but if you have a penis, for me I can confirm it you are a man. If you want to find more about that you are a man, put your nose under the armpit. If it smells the odor that you smell, if it smells okay, don't provoke the stench of what they might put on you. And when you say you want to be a woman, and you might after 3 years, because you have to go pain, they have to cut you, they have to surgically cut you in order to place breast on your chest, and do you know what is not breast? It's not a natural thing. Silicon is a chemical substance, artificial. It can cause disease, cancer. I mean, the business is, my business is to show you that me, my mind, my brain, if I was to be a sleepless doctor, I'll tell you, yeah, you can be a woman, I'll chop you, whatever, if you don't want that thing that Allah put on you. Yes, I'll chop it off and I'll put filth, dirty things on you. You stink. You have been in pain the other day. You were complaining, whatever the other day. Your headache, because of the silicon, because of the whatever. You have to come to my house, my health club, whatever medical center every other day in order to put this right and this. And you're in pain. You can't sleep. You love your so-called woman, admire. I mean, why can't you just accept that you are a man and work on that beautifully? And look like your father who was a wise man. Maybe your mother wasn't. Or your father made a mistake and said to your mother, can I buy a bottle of champagne? When your mother had taken the bottle of champagne, she was no longer herself. She was no longer present. So your father, even though he was wise, some kind of a sleepless thief, he must have made a mistake to make your mother drunk so that you ended up becoming something I cannot pronounce on this phone. So that way, just appreciate that you are a man. If you allow a sleepless gambler like me, I'm Dr. Trevor Smith. I can chop off your penis and replace it with something, and you go under wounds. Have you ever, you can TV and download women or men who say they have been under surgery. You see how they look, do I look beautiful? Do I look beautiful? If they do, then you are ready. If you are ready to go for the knife, I have, how many knives do I have here that to do this, whatever, on men who think they are, who are unconscious of themselves. We have how many sets of knives? Different ones. Okay, I have just sent a warning to them that me, I'm a sleepless gambler. If you go out of your head and see you are a man, I see your mother fed you and you urinate using your penis, and your order is of a man, and you want to be a woman, I think that is sickness. Just always go on the mat and pray and ask Allah, oh Allah, you made this tree to produce fruits. How do I become a true Muslim who accepts the beauty of a true Muslim, and I get a very beautiful girl whom I can put a seed in the womb of that girl without giving her alcohol, and that seed may become clean, better than me who has been thinking that I'm a woman yet I'm a man. Maybe that seed will continue in the lineage of people who are clean and righteous, so that one day, and when you are pleased with my kind of accepting the true religion that makes a mango tree or an orange tree or an apple tree produce crunchy apples, without saying this apple is kind of I won't go in there, because an apple produced in England can be eaten in Australia, or you can eat it in America, or in Japan, or in Russia, or anywhere. But if you say this apple is whatever, then it's you who is in conflict with your body, as well as your brain, as well as your heart, as well as your mind. But Mother Nature is never in conflict with herself. She produces what is clean, and yet men, they say, no, our way of life is chop off my dick, I become stinking, an incubator for disease. And for your information, if a semen, what you call a sperm, goes in any part of a human body other than that is what is designated it to be, that is the womb. If it goes in the anus of a man, it will become disease. And if a semen becomes disease, it will even shred your hair, saying to you, why did you put me in the wrong place? Can you imagine if you say you chopped off your dick and you pretend to be a woman, and the sperm, the semen are kind of war attacking and destroying every tissue in your body? Because they're living the same intellectual whatever they do have, because you're a product of a semen. They can easily say, I'll eat this tissue and replicate myself, produce another whatever, and I become a disease that no man can cure. Yes, no man can cure a disease which is a product of a semen being traveling or working on the structure of disease. No man can have medicine for that. So if you say you want to go into that direction, that's when I said the one foot in the grave which says the other foot is okay, says Allah says you a man. You have a dick on you, you have a penis on you. The other says, no, you a woman. Put your whatever and we chop off those things and replace it with something. So, any semen in any wrong place, even in your throat, is cancer throat. Huh? Can you imagine that? Cancer throat. Can you imagine what your kidneys look like when they are being kind of eaten by semen? I'm just showing you the reality, which is Clipper's doctor wouldn't tell you. I'm not over man. I'm just over to try to make mankind understand that I am here not as an enemy to human, not an enemy to your way of life, but your way of life. If you put that foot in that sink, me as a seaman, I can easily destroy, even shred every hair on your head. Huh? Because the same survive whatever. If you put me on a structure of disease, yes, you cannot cure, you cannot get a cure whatsoever. I was created to survive. And you were created, you would say you'd survive in any way. Yes, you need to survive in any way, either by destroying, replicating myself, get on a ride and move on from you to another person as a disease. So what do you say? Do you still want to go ahead and chop off whatever because you think you're a woman and yet you have a penis? If you do, I'm right there waiting for you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Do not mess. It's pain to go under the scissors or the knives or the whatever they call them. And it's pain after that. And pain after pain after pain after pain. If you agree with that, you can sign and you have to pay for that service anyway. It's not a free service. You have to pay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I see you there in the theater of a sleepless gambler. I am a sleepless gambler. I am a Dr. Trevor Smith. Thank you. Goodbye.